yeah, listen, they don't want to work with you because you don't have confidence. And here's what I mean by that. You see, the mistake that many people make is they'll say, why don't I have clients? Why don't I have customers? Why don't people like what I'm doing? Why don't people trust me? Why can't I? Maybe I'm not good at business. Maybe business isn't for me. Maybe I should just go back to work. Whatever. The core issue when it comes to many of these things are speed and confidence. And here's what I mean by this. If you are relentless and irrefutable in the ideal life that you want, like you know exactly what bed you're going to be sleeping on in 10 years or 5 years, you know what car you want to drive, you have an idea of when you want to be in a relationship, you know where you want to live. Now, life is malleable in that sense. We have conviction on your bare minimum, right? Because in life we fall to our bare minimum. Shout out to Sam Ovens. He says something along those lines, that we essentially fall to our bare minimum standards, and it's so true. If your bare minimum standard is making 10K a year, and I know it sounds like ridiculous, right? But for some people it might be. If it's 10K a year, then you're only going to want to execute and grow to the person that can make 10K a year. But if your bare minimum is 500K a year or 50K a year or $1 million a year, then again, you're going to default to the habits and standards of a person and a character that's able to attract that level of wealth, prosperity, or growth or whatever. So when it comes to confidence, you have to think, if sales is essentially the transference of confidence, right, to another person, the transference of emotion to another person, in order for them or for you to transfer that emotion to them, what kind of person do you need to become for them to receive that? For example, I'll be a bit vulnerable, guys. I'm saying this on YouTube right now. By the age of 30, I'll at least be making cumulatively across all my businesses $100 million a year, bare minimum, right? I have 100% conviction in that. I don't even care what people say. I might make more. I wouldn't be surprised if I made more, but that's my bare minimum standard. So for me, it's Sunday. I'm going for a walk, smashing out all this content. I was literally just before this video content patch that I'm creating right now, resolving an issue with one of our clients. One of our clients was just being so annoying, and they were trying to reach out to the CEO, which was in a different location, and it was an interesting business setup, and they were complaining, and we already had a conversation with them last week, and they were literally moaning about something that I already answered him privately. I was trying to make it seem like we didn't address certain issues. I don't care. I could have sulked about it. I could have complained. I could have called him, say, what are you doing? We already spoke about this. Why are you being a dick? I didn't even care. Write up the email, made sure to CC the CEO in, and I sent screenshots of conversations. And I was like, if you have any more questions, let me know. And I went to the content. Because for me, I understand that I need to be someone that is capable of dealing with a certain level of stress. So if I'm used to a certain level of, let's just say a certain level of stress that brings in $500,000 a year or multiple six figures a year, well, that's cool, but that is nowhere near the level of stress that someone that's making $100 million a year at 30 or in his late 20s is gonna make. So me at 24, I don't care what momentum I have. I understand that I must grow to that level of confidence, conviction, and speed. I responded to it within 10 minutes, responded, done. Now I'm making videos. I have to keep going. I have to keep moving, no matter how high and low it is. It's a Sunday. I work 7 days a week. I'm still 24. I have my fun, don't get me wrong, but I understand that I have to have a certain level of conviction in myself to be able to balance a team of 20 or 30 people, to have a pool of 30 or 50 clients across Australia and a bit of the world. So a larger level of confidence and conviction is required of me. But you have to ask yourself, if your goal in life is to do X amount in the world, whether it's revenue, whether it's impact, whether it's ideas or creativity, you have to assess the character traits that it will take for you to be able to grow to that level of person. For me, I started bulking about 7-8 weeks ago because I realized I was reaching a bit of a plateau in my business around middle of the year. I made a video about that a few months ago. So what I've been doing is I've been changing my activities, and I've been creating new habits that are more aligned, in my opinion, or in my belief system currently that's growing, that's more aligned with that next level of Dhamma Yokadawa. And so far, it's coming into fruition. Revenue's been better since then. We're growing into Q4. Q4 is looking like it's going to be one of our biggest revenue quarters ever for the agency, and with the most amount of clients. And we need to, because we need to basically make the gap between 30 to 50 clients and 100 clients. And that's essentially the goal that we have at the moment within the agency. But I digress. The thing that we focus on is that I'm focusing on is making sure that I have that level of confidence and conviction that is aligned with the vibration and the level that I need to operate on to succeed at my bare minimum standard. So the reason why people don't want to sign up with you, the reason why people don't trust you, is because you have not become that person that is worth trusting yet. You have not become that person that has proven themselves yet, or has enough conviction or confidence to transfer to them yet. If they can't pick up, if you can't move a person to the vibration, and when you come into something, you create all kinds of positive chaos that is moving them in a new direction or in a new spiral, then there is no way that people are going to want to trust you with their wallets. So instead of blaming the external or blaming someone else, you need to figure out a way to blame yourself. self-analyze, figure out what traits do I need to adopt and I need to accept to get to that next level. And once you're able to do that, honestly, you will be able to create a pattern of self-reflection that allows you to grow at a more steady rate. And growth is like this, don't get me wrong. Trust me, growth is like that. Even for myself and everyone else that's at a higher level, the highs are even higher and the lows are even lower. But I can guarantee you, the one that will win is the one that self-assesses himself the fastest and the most consistently and integrates that change the fastest. So I'm not only talking to myself here, but I'm talking to everyone that's saying it's really hard to get clients in this cost of living crisis and in this economy. Absolutely. Who cares? Amazing. What are you going to do? And what are you going to self-analyze character-wise to overcome this current state of adversity? Because there's going to be adversity at all levels of the game. This is just level one. I understand this is just level one for me. So I know I can't even afford to slow down or feel sad. Or I can feel sad, rather. Let me rephrase that. I can't afford to act on that sadness. I can feel it, or I can feel frustrated, but I still must act on the baseline standard that I've established for myself as a future $100 million CEO. I wouldn't even say CEO, I'd say, just perhaps mogul by that point, right? So, guys, it's really important. Don't run away from the pain. You need to figure out what are the character blockages that are causing you to plateau at a certain level or regress, and you need to be able to self-analyze to remove that blockage or step over it and create that ladder upwards and onwards. So that's some food for thought. It's a bit of a rant, but I think it's really important because I do get people complaining a lot, and it makes me cringe because I am able to now be able, I almost don't want that to rub off on me. It's like, you're complaining a lot, like, ew, I don't want that medicine. Right? I want the medicine of greatness, and the medicine of greatness is consistent, constant self-reflection and action. So you need to ask yourself, guys, is it the client's fault or is it your fault? And what level do you want? And once you understand or you've confirmed the level that you want in life, you need to be relentless in adopting all the traits that are necessarious to achieving the life that you want. Let me know if you like this, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend. Peace. More life. Big mega.